It's a very bittersweet feeling this morning. We are leaving the island of Oahu. It has been absolute paradise this entire week. Just waking up, hearing the ocean, seeing the surfers out there, enjoying the waves. This is a truly, truly beautiful place filled with beautiful people. And one of the observations that's still in my head after a week here is I just love the concept of aloha. I really think that's a special thing, and I know it's kind of a touristy, like it's been marketed as a touristy word, it's on all the shirts and everything, but it's so much more than that. It can mean hello, it can mean goodbye, it can just describe good-natured intention, but in general, it doesn't really mean any of those things. It's just positivity. It's sending positivity out into the world, sending positivity to other people, and we truly don't have an equivalent of aloha in the English language. I admit that I've been naive in the past, just thinking that Hawaii is a tropical place that people like to go to for the beaches and the scenery, but there is a rich cultural history here, and the people of Hawaii are so kind, so welcoming, so peaceful. And I just know next time I'm here, I'm gonna have that in my head the entire time. It is just such a bizarre thing that as an American citizen, you can travel here without a passport. It's so far away, but it's considered a US state, it's part of the country. But honestly, this doesn't feel like America. This is a special place, this is a sacred place, and these islands belong to the people of Hawaii. And I know for sure when I visit, I'll have that in my head, that I'm a visitor here, and we should all treat these beautiful islands with respect. But as sad as we are to be leaving Hawaii, today is day one of our 180-day trip around the world. Over the next 6 months, we are going to fly around the world. Yes, all the way around. 14 stops, 26,000 miles, and hopefully countless cherished memories. A full year of life in Europe taught us a lot, but it also sparked a fierce desire to explore beyond the Western world. We are so excited for this new adventure, and we hope you come along for the ride.
Hello.
Hello.
The literal definition of a circumnavigation is to pick a location on a map, go all the way around the world, and return to the point of origin from the other direction. The inspiration for this idea originally came to us all the way back in May of 2022, when we were visiting the city of Seville, Spain. But more on that in a second. We have a plane to catch. Okay, so 16 months ago, we were taking a stroll along the Riverwalk in the lovely Andalusian capital of Sevilla, when something caught our eye. A full-scale 16th century wooden ship sits on the riverbank just a few strides away from the famous Torre de Oro. This river actually flows all the way out into the Atlantic Ocean, and as you can see right behind me, they actually have a full-scale replica of the now Victoria 500. This was actually the first ship to circumnavigate the entire globe. It was the first around-the-world trip captained by Ferdinand Magellan way back in the 1500s. It's not the actual ship, but you can just imagine the ship being right around this area at this time. And it's actually a museum as well. You can go inside and see what it was like in the first ship that ever circumnavigated the Earth. At first, we said what most American tourists probably say when they see this majestic vessel. Oh cool, it's a pirate ship. But then, we started to read the nearby sign, and a whole new world of possibilities began to race through our minds. It turns out that this wasn't any old pirate ship. It was actually a full-scale replica of the vessel used by Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan and his crew on one of the most impactful expeditions in human history. Hawaii will see you in 180 days. Ferdinand Magellan was paid by the Kingdom of Spain to attempt a full circumnavigation of the world. In other words, to set sail due west and eventually return to Sevilla from the other side, completing a full circle around the entire globe.
Once again, you boarded flight 1231 with service to Los Angeles.
It didn't happen immediately, but this moment eventually inspired our next adventure. Months and months after our time in Spain, while planning out the next chapter of our travels, we eventually started wondering, could we travel all the way around the world? Is this even possible? Then, as though it was meant to be, our friends invited us to spend a week in Hawaii with them. And we realized that Hawaii would be a very logical starting point for a circumnavigation. 500 years after Magellan's crew changed the course of human history, we are setting out for our own expedition. 11 hours later, including the layover, we have finally arrived in Chicago O'Hare Airport. We are so excited to be in Chicago. This is a city that we know very well. Welcome to Chicago from the mayor himself. You heard it from the man himself, ranked #1 in America by Condé Nast Traveler. I am very excited to be here. It may not sound like it, I'm just really tired. Sydney and I are going to show you all around the places that we used to hang out when we lived here. And we will get started after we get some sleep.